Well, I thought you all thought we were done with Resident Evil 4, didn't you?
Yep.
What you actually all don't know is this is actually the Resident Evil 4 remake, but I installed a mod that makes it look like the old Resident Evil. So, what do you think about that? Yeah, I know, right?
I don't even remember where we're at.
Neither do I. So, there is a funny story surrounding this, us getting back to this game. So, during the great, PC fiasco of whenever the fuck that was, we did a, like, 40-plus minute episode of Resident Evil 4 that has, since been lost to time. And so, we're missing, like, well, 40 minutes of footage. So this is technically part 9 of Resident Evil 4, because the last one was part 8.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, we did a whole bunch of shit, and, I was telling Chris that, the whole reason that we never went back to Resident Evil 4, is because I was very pissed off at what happened with that whole, recording fiasco, but I want to finish it. I want to finish these games that we started, so I think we're more than like halfway done with Resident Evil 4, so we might as well.
This part.
Oh god. Nope, whoops. Do I even have any...
Is it just me or the texture is like really low res?
It looks okay to me.
Huh. Maybe it's just my stream.
Hang on. How's that? Okay. Oh, God.
Oh, yeah. There we go.
But you were gonna, you were telling me you were gonna tell a story about something happened with, our dear friend Bob.
Yeah, so eventually we'll have him on the show, but, so, I think it was like 2 weeks ago, he came over, and every once in a while we'll go to, this Goodwill near my house, and next to this Goodwill they have a distribution center, and they also have a Goodwill outlet, which is like a totally different thing than like regular Goodwill. They just cart out these giant bins full of just like random shit, and for most of it you like pay by the pound, and it's like something like 20 cents a pound or something like that.
Whoa, really?
And it's ridiculously cheap. Like, I've gotten some really good stuff there for literally pennies. The thing is like you really need to bring gloves because you don't want to go like rooting around it, because it's some of it, like a lot of it's just essentially trash because it's just like busted up like shit that was rejected from a bunch of Goodwills. So like yeah, I bring like latex gloves and I don't touch anything without like some layer of protection, but whatever I find there, I just like clean it up, and I found some like nice furniture there. But so we were there, and we found some like books and some VHS and DVDs and stuff, and we were getting ready to leave, and then we saw that there's a huge line. There was like 20 people in line. There was one cashier, and so we're just like, fuck it, and we just threw all the stuff back in the bins, and we're leaving, and we're kind of like, we were parked on the other side of the building, which is like this big warehouse attached to the outlet. And as we're walking, we hear a car alarm, and Bob was like, I think that's my car alarm. And I was like, really? He's like, yeah, I'm pretty sure that's my car alarm. So we start walking, and mind you, there's like 50, 60 cars in this parking lot.
Right.
And we're like, oh, let's go check it out. So the car was around the corner, and as we like walk down the side of the building, we see that like there's the police car. And he was like, oh no, did someone hit my car? And I was like, oh yeah, maybe they like bumped into it or something. And so we walk around the corner and there's a woman standing on his car.
What the fuck?
And she's screaming at police. And we were like, oh, this is not what we expected. And she was just like, don't touch me, don't touch me. And she was saying, it was like pretty sad, but she was saying stuff like don't touch me, I just got raped. And we were like, oh my god. And the cop was just like, I'm not gonna hurt you, like I just please step off the car. I'm not gonna hurt you, just please get off the car. And Bob ended up getting most of it on video, but so as she's standing on the car, we like see that she has like her groceries just like sitting on his car. There was like some apple juice and some like Arizona tea and some apples and all this stuff just like on the hood of his car.
What the hell?
And then she started saying things like, cops aren't real, just that kind of thing. And so we just like wait, and then more cops show up, and then they finally like get her off the car. Like the guy waits till she's like standing on the hood, and it just like kind of pulled her ankle and slid her off the car. And they started like struggling with her, and eventually they got her in handcuffs, and luckily they weren't like violent with her or anything, because she was clearly having like a mental breakdown. And so they finally got her in the back of a cop car, and then they took her to the hospital. And so as soon as they got her off the car, we're like, let's go check out your car. And so as we like walk up to the car, this other cop comes over, and she's like, is this your car? And I was like, oh no, that's my buddy's car. And she's like, was there any damage to it? And at first we were like, can't really see anything. And then she was like, so the windshield was already broken?
Oh no.
And he was like, fuck, no? And we look, and turned out she had like this big flashlight, and like a big maglite flashlight, and she had hit his windshield with it and just completely broke his windshield in multiple places.
Oh, god damn it.
And we were like, no fucking way. And it was raining at the time, and so we were like looking at the windshield, and another cop, the first cop that got there came over, and he was like the sergeant, I think, and he was like, oh, really sorry this happened, blah blah blah. And he was like, she was hitting the roof of your car as well, is there any damage there? And we realized we couldn't see the damage on the roof because there was so much rain. And so I like swiped the water off. She hit the top of the roof of his car so many times, like we lost count at like 150.
Holy
and
shit.
There's literally like 150 to 200 dents at the roof of his car.
Oh my god, poor Bob.
Yeah, and so like we just went to Goodwill, and this like 15 to 20 minute ordeal happened in the parking lot. And it was ridiculous.
It's like out of all the cars in the parking lot, it had to be Bob's.
Yeah, there was like literally 50 to 60 cars in the parking lot.
What a pleasant surprise.
Oh, this little fucker.
I'm afraid it's Ashley we need. Not you, Mr. Kennedy.
Mr. Kennedy.
And get off my back, old man.
JFK.
Did you say old man, Mr. Kennedy?
Yeah,
It might
you're a
be
little old man.
surprise, but I'm only 20 years old.
What? So you're just like all the others? A puppet of the parasites?
You're just like all the others? All the 20-years-olds?
Diminutive ganados. The parasites.
Dead-brained idiots?
Slaves to my will. I have absolute.
I don't believe he's 20.
Well, I really don't give a damn. Rain or shine, you're going down.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
It's time to trim the hedges, Leon.
It's time to reap.
You know what they say, reap what you sow.
Oh. I like how he's like, this is supposed to be, he's like, these are my super tough bad guys, and he's like, Leon's just like, I've killed hundreds of people to get here.
Thousands even.
These 5 slow dudes with scythes are supposed to stop you.
And crossbows, and some of them are infected with the whatever the fuck it's called.
The bug.
The bug.
It's called COVID.
Uh-oh. Oh my god, this game it predicted COVID
No!
all the way in 2004. 2005, I mean.
Better ostracize my entire family now that I believe this.
God, dude, I was thinking earlier about, like, conspiracy theories that, conspiracy theories that, like, are funny, and, like, conspiracy theories that, like, aren't funny.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, for, like, a minute... Ah, son of a bitch. For a minute, I was like, oh, you know, remember when, you know, like, the flat earthers... Like, that's kind of silly. Like, that's kind of silly. But then, like, because, like, you hear about somebody who's, like, thinks, like, the earth is flat and all that shit. And then I was, like, thinking about, like, people who, you know, obviously, like, the COVID deniers and all that shit. And I was like, no, those aren't fun.
No, there's a big difference between, like, conspiracy theories where it's like, oh, you know, aliens and stuff like that, and just like government cover-ups of UFO crashes and stuff like that. Like, those are fun because it's not hurting anybody.
Exactly.
And it's just like fun to think about. And then there's conspiracy theories that like truly harm people that are like, they're not funny because it's literally just ruining everything.
Yeah. It's like, oh, COVID's not real, and it's like, oh, tell that to, like, how many people died from COVID?
Like, 1 million people died in the United States, and it's like, oh, it's not real. And, yeah, it's so infuriating. We're like, I feel like in the 90s and, like, the early 2000s, there really wasn't such a huge amount of, like, harmful conspiracy theories.
No.
And I mean, it's all due to the internet, but when, like, 20 years ago, when someone mentioned the term conspiracy theory, people would immediately think of, like, flying saucers.
Yeah.
And, like, the JFK assassination or something. But now it's, like, a completely different term. I mean, it kind of refers to the same thing, but, like, the thing like, the emotions it brings up are completely different than it used to be.
Yeah,
I think about that a lot as well.
Yeah, it's fucking like like you were saying, like oh, these fucking guys. Shut up. Oh, that was easy.
My RPG,
my role-playing game. Yeah, it was like you were saying, like anything to do with like aliens and shit. Like, you know, whether you believe it or not, it's like it's not hurting anybody. It's just, you know. It's literally just a matter of whether you believe in that or not. But to deny a harmful fucking virus that killed millions of people, it's like, no, that shit, it's fucking real. Like, there's no denying that. Like, objectively, it's real.
Yeah, it is scientifically proven to be real.
Yeah. And it's not...
The scientists are in on it. And it's like, Do you know how hard it is for a government to coordinate anything?
Yeah, exactly.
There's no way the United States government could pull off anything of that complexity. They couldn't. They can't even like pull off healthcare.
Yeah.
Literally,
And you think they're gonna fake a worldwide pandemic? Like, fuck off.
and get everybody on board with it that they're asking to. Like,
Yeah. I don't know. Like,
it's so dumb.
it just like, to me, it just bugged the hell out of me that like everybody just had to make it like, the fuck was I gonna say? Political. Like, if you, oh, well, you believe in COVID, where you must be a Democrat. It's like, no, I don't want to get sick. Like, that's the end game of that. It's like, I don't want to get sick. And I'm seeing proof that people are getting sick. Therefore, I'm going to, you know, wear a mask when I go outside, and when I interact,
wash my goddamn hands.
I'm gonna wash my which, by the way, I gotta say, oh shit, I gotta do something. Fuck, I don't have any. Damn. There's a thing you can do here where if you have a grenade, you can throw it and kill all the crows, and they all drop some fun stuff. But I don't got one. Damn it. Like, ever since COVID, whoa. And I've started, like, you know, washing my hands literally, like, every fucking time I touch something. I haven't gotten a cold in fucking years.
Oh, dude, same.
Yeah.
The last time I got sick was when I got COVID, like, 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, wow, hygiene. Not that I was dirty before, but like being extra cautious about it.
Yeah, well, like, it
works.
I mean, you know, like, you're always told, like, you know, oh, you know, if you touch something dirty, wash your hands, or, you know, before you eat, wash your hands, or whatever. But when COVID started, it was like, oh, you know, you better wash your hands after you touch literally anything, and, you know, have hand sanitizer and stuff like that. And I was being, like, super thorough and, like, washing my hands, and I kept hand sanitizer next to me, and, like, I haven't gotten the flu in fucking, I don't even know how long. Actually, no, I do know how long. It was, 2020, but it wasn't COVID. It was just a really gnarly flu.
I see. So, do you like
How'd you get my number, Salazar?
You've managed to work in a little of your twisted taste here, too.
I'm calling you on Discord. Your Discord username is on your Twitter account.
Even I get lost here sometimes. Even if it takes your whole life, you'll never get out. Do you know that no one dies without a cause? You will satisfy the stomachs of my cute pets. Now, if you'll excuse
Bunch of hamsters.
me, I have to tie up a few loose ends, like chasing down a couple of rats.
2 rats.
Couple of rats.
If one flew us, who's the other? Huh. They're an intruder besides me?
Who are you talking to, Leon?
Himself.
Oh. A good old, outside exposition.
You know, in movies and stuff, you know, it's probably done just for movies and like TV, but like when people talk to themselves, like in a movie or, you know, a book or whatever. I don't know if I've ever talked to myself aside from saying like, fuck, or god damn it.
No, I definitely don't, like, if I, like if it's like a Sunday and like the garbage, I have to put the garbage on, I'm like, oh no, the garbage is getting picked up tomorrow. Oh, I better get up and go put the garbage cans out, or else the whole house is gonna stink. I'm just like, inside, I'm like, oh fuck, I gotta put the garbage cans out.
Yeah, and like, yeah, because it's such a strange to me. Well, I guess I don't think in like words, really. When I think, I'm not like thinking in a voice. It's just like pictures.
Oh really?
So there's like no sound. I mean, there's like sound as in like audio effects, kind of. But like I don't think in a voice. And so I get.
So you
I
don't
guess like
you don't have like an inner voice?
I can, but like I have to like consciously do it.
Wow, interesting.
Yeah, I didn't know that people didn't do that until I was like I read an article about like how people think in either like pictures, and there's like certain people that can't think in pictures at all.
There's people out there who can't. They can't. They don't have like an inner voice, or they can't even like produce images in their head. I forget.
That is so crazy.
Yeah, I forget what the term is called. The
aphantasia.
Yes, that's what it's called. Yes. The podcast that Markiplier does, Distractable. One of the co-hosts, Bob, he has that, and he's like, he doesn't dream. I mean, he dreams, but he doesn't like visually see things in his dreams. He has, I think he said he has like feelings or like emotions that he feels.
That's trippy.
Yeah, I was like, it's so weird to like even try to understand that.
Yeah,
because like I have an inner voice, and I can hear it, and I can like make like pictures and scenes and shit like that.
So like if you have to like do something, like let's say there's something you need to get done, do you in your head you're like, oh shit, I gotta go do this thing?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
So like
That's trippy.
if I'm like oh god, let me think of an example. Like like if I have to like take my mom grocery shopping, for example, and I'm like sitting at home, and I'm like in my head I'm like, oh god, I gotta leave in 15 minutes to take mom shopping. Like I can make that voice in my head say that.
Does it happen like just so for me, like I have to like willingly think the thought like, oh, I need to say this in my head. It doesn't happen automatically. Does it happen automatically for you?
Oh god. Automatically.
So like when you think of it, oh my god. So for me to like hear my voice in my head, I have to like intentionally do it. It doesn't happen automatically while I'm thinking. So if I'm like thinking of like, oh, I got to go do something, I just think of images related to the thing I have to do, rather than me saying like, oh, I got to go do this thing.
Wow, interesting. No, I don't. That doesn't happen with me.
It's like when let's say I'm trying to like solve a problem. It's like instead of, god damn it, my cat.
Hold on, I gotta.
You probably got cat on the audio, but like
No.
let's say I'm trying to solve a problem. Instead of me saying like, well, if I did this and put this over here and fix this, it's just like like kind of abstract images that like fit together, or like concrete images that fit together, that like that's how I solve the problem, rather than like sentences.
Wow.
And I didn't know that that's not how most people think until like a few years ago.
No, I've never thought like that. That's interesting.
Yeah,
I would like literally if I like I said, if I have to do something, I won't like let's say like I have to go to work, right? I won't envision work in my head. I'll just in my head I'll just, my inner voice will be like, oh god, I gotta go to work, and then like it'll be like, oh, what do I gotta do when I get to work? And then I don't know, it's all literally my voice just in my head.
Wow.
Yeah. Whoops. I gotta heal. Yeah, it's crazy. Oh, I already got it. It's crazy how, like, the brain works. Like, because, like, everybody has different ways that they visualize things in their head and like hear things in their head. And you would just think that, like, you know, like you said, like you don't have like that inner monologue or whatever. You visualize everything, but it's like that for me, that's so hard to like understand because like I mean, like I can picture things in my head, but that's just not how I like. I don't know. That's just not how my brain works.
Yeah, it's super trippy how like most people can do very similar things and have like very similar thoughts, but like, the way it's represented in their brain is so radically different. But we can come to like the same conclusions on things. It's nuts.
Quite interesting. Where the fuck? Oh, I just need to leave. God, son of a fucking bitch.
Is that an unopened chest down there? To your left? Behind you? Yeah, that way. I thought I saw like an unopened chest over here. Oh, turn around. To your right. Through there. And then to your right again. Oh.
Oh. Well.
I thought, like, right in front of you there, like in those hedges, I thought I saw a chest.
I'm pretty sure I got everything in here.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I could be wrong. Let's see. I think there's something this. I
saw it from the top of the little fountain thing.
Oh, actually, you know what?
Oh, do you have to jump off the fountain?
Oh, you might be right, actually. Okay, wait a minute.
Yeah, to your left there?
To my left. Oh, motherfucker, you're right. Hold on.
Oh, you have to get to that set stairs?
Yeah, I gotta go, fuck. Oh, I know how to get there. God, this murder on the knees, right, Leon?
He's gonna have horrible arthritis.
Yep. And
there we go.
I think... there we go. I thought I went this way. I guess I didn't.
I guess you didn't. Oh, cool.
I mean, I'll take it. I was running low anyway. I was going to mention this earlier because we were talking about aliens. So, I don't know how you feel about Joe Rogan, but he had this dude on his podcast, like, it was actually a while ago, but dude's name was James Fox, and he did a documentary called, oh fuck, what was the name of the documentary? Shit. What was the name of the documentary? It was...
Alien Baby.
It was... Oh, good, a cutscene, I can look it up.
Put your hands where I can see them.
Sorry, but
you can see them already.
Just isn't my style.
Put them up now.
No.
Oh my.
He's like, more like Ada wrong.
Boy, I bet she's never heard that before, Chris.
No, she hasn't.
Bit of advice, try using knives next time. Works better for close encounters.
Of the third kind.
Leon. Long time no see.
Ada. So it is true.
Long time no penis. No, that was
What?
You, working with Wesker.
He's like,
I see you've been
Ada.
doing your homework.
Ada, door open.
Why, Ada?
What's it to you?
Why are you here? Why'd you show up like this?
I was invited to a Fortnite tournament. You in?
See you.
I told you not to buy those Google glasses.
Oh my god, whatever happened to those?
There was a really public response to them was not good, and they killed the project. People were getting jumped. People that were wearing them were like getting jumped all the time and like just getting beat up because
They didn't want to be recorded.
Yep.
You mean to tell
And
me
Google
you mean to tell me Google created a product that didn't end up working out and they killed it?
They would never. Starting up.
But anyway, they that documentary I was talking about is called Moment of Contact, that James Fox did, and I guess it has to do with this like UFO crash landing in Brazil back in like 96. And he interviewed, like, he actually went to Brazil and interviewed like a shit ton of people who were either like witnesses or who were supposedly involved in holy shit, I have a ton of spinels. Who supposedly were involved in picking up, like, you know, supposed aliens and stuff like that. And there was like a bunch of people who like he wanted to interview for the documentary that like straight up refused. They were like, no, I want nothing to do with this. And he offered them money. And he was like, I'll offer you $10,000 just to like sit down for an interview. They're like, no way. Absolutely not. And there was one part where I forget the guy's name, but they went to like the scene of where the UFO supposedly crash landed, and he brought a guy who witnessed it, and when the guy got to the scene, he started like crying, and James was like, well, why are you crying? And he's just like, no, I told so many people about this and nobody would ever believe me. And like they did a bunch of like soil analysis from like where the UFO crashed, and I guess there was like a shit ton of like this acid that was in the soil, and it wasn't necessarily from the UFO. It was just like the government, like the Brazilian government, like supposedly, of course, when the UFO crash landed, like they went in and just like desecrated the entire area with this acid to like eliminate any kind of like you know, whatever the UFOs might have like dropped into the soil. And like I guess you can see it in the documentary. Like there's like all this discoloration in the soil from the acid, and the guy was just like, he was legitimately like crying, and he was just like, nobody would ever believe me. I told so many people, and I was telling the truth, and nobody would ever believe me.
Wow.
Yeah, it was actually like, I don't like Joe Rogan as a person, but it was actually a very, very interesting like interview that he did. So if anybody out there like is interested in like UFOs and shit like that, whether you like Joe Rogan or not, which I don't, it was actually a fascinating interview that I don't remember the episode number, but if you just look up Joe Rogan podcast James Fox, you'll be able to find it.
Was that the one? Do you know if that was like the rash of UFO sightings where like a bunch of people got radiation burns and like people, I think a couple of people died, but it was a South American country, and it might be Peru, because there's like a ton of UFO accounts from South America. And there was one, I'll have to look it up, but essentially a bunch of people got radiation sickness and radiation burns when they saw these like these UFOs that apparently were like hovering right above the ground, and like some of them say they got abducted, and there was like hospital documents of them being treated for radiation burns, and they have like, these weird marks on them and stuff. And the government like won't talk about it, and all this weird shit. I mean, so it could easily be, you know, some weird military experiment or something like that. But like, so definitely some weird shit went down where radiation was involved, and people got super fucked up. So I wonder if that's the same incident, or if that's like a completely other incident.
I don't know. That sounds. I don't know if that was. Hey, I don't know if that was Brazil, but actually, you reminded me of, speaking of hospitals, in that same document, or in that same, Joe Rogan interview, he was talking about how this, these, was it 3? I think it was 3 sisters, supposedly saw an alien, like a creature.
You're in that room?
Oh, whoops. Sorry. I'm like playing and trying to tell a story at the same time. He told a story about this, these sisters who supposedly saw an alien. Oh, damn it. Oh, fuck. I hate this part.
Sorry. Oh. What have I done?
Oh, actually, this might be kind of easy. Ouchies. But anyway, they supposedly saw this, like, creature, and, the creature ended up, like, dying. Oh, shit. And, it got picked up and taken to this hospital in Brazil, and, the doctors in the hospital... Oh, fuck. Shit. These doctors in the hospital... I'm sorry, everybody. I'm trying to, like, play and tell a story at the same time.
Yeah, you can pause the story if you want.
Yeah.
Until this is over.
Fuck. Oh, I have a fucking first aid kit. I'm gonna do that. Okay, those guys are taken care of. Okay, and then I'm gonna do... Oh, did I get him? Oh, thank God. Okay, never mind. This is gonna be way easier. So anyway, they picked up this creature and brought it to a hospital in a like a body bag, and from what the doctor said, they just brought it into this hospital, and like the government, and they grabbed this doctor, and they were like, "You need to do an X-ray of this thing." And the doctor was like, "Well, what is it?" And they were like, "We can't tell you that." And the doctor's like, "Well, I need to know what I'm, X-raying." And they're like, "We can't tell you that." And so they brought it into, like, the X-ray room while it was still in, like, a body bag. And he did the X-ray, but he wasn't allowed to, like, look at the, he wasn't allowed to look at the X-ray. He just, like, did it, and then the government dudes just, like, grabbed the X-ray, picture or whatever, and they took the body bag and just, like, left. And,
That's creepy.
yeah. According to the doctor... Come on, jump off. Oh. Fuck off. According to the doctor, the, thing inside of the bag spoke to him telepathically, and said,
what the hell?
yeah, what he said is he heard a voice that wasn't his own in his head, or in his mind, that said that it felt sorry for the human race because they didn't realize the potential of what they were capable of.
Oh, weird.
And that was the only thing that he heard in his head. And then they just, like, took the body and, like, took off. And he, like, never figured out, like, what it actually was.
Jesus.
Yeah. It's a, like, dude, I'm serious. Like, if you have, like, a few hours to kill, if you're on, like, a road trip or something, like, check out that Rogan interview. Like I said, I don't like Joe Rogan as a person either, but it's a fascinating interview with, James Fox.
Yeah, I might check out that documentary, too.
Yeah, it's called... What did I say it was called?
Alien Babies.
Moment of Contact. And, I did watch it. I was really tired when I watched it, so I was kind of, like, half paying attention. But, it was interesting, like, for the parts that I stayed awake for.
Yeah, it's been crazy, like, seeing all the, like, the renewed attention to, like, UAPs/UFOs and stuff like that, and, like,
oh, God damn it.
the government, like, doing hearings regarding them.
Yeah.
because that was like so taboo for the longest time.
For fucking literally ever since like the 40s. It was just like, oh,
yeah,
you know, like ever since Roswell, it was just like, you know, is it real? Is it not real? And, you know, people were like, you know, I don't think it's real, but, you know, it's kind of interesting. But then, like, especially over the last few years where, like, all this shit is happening, the government is like, yeah, we legitimately don't know what these are.
Yeah.
It's fucking, like it's kind of scary.
Yeah, I mean, there's, like, military intelligence people that are coming out and being like, oh, yeah, totally, there's, like, super weird shit in the sky. I track them all the time.
Yeah.
And the government's like, no, don't do that.
And actually, no, fuck off. There's actually,
he's strangling you.
There's actually another guy, on Rogan's podcast. Oh, will you all just frick off?
And frick the heck off! Stop hectoring me.
Stop hectoring me. There's another guy on Rogan's podcast. I forget his name. But he actually he worked at Area 51, supposedly. And he was detailing, like, a bunch of shit that... I got an egg. Nah, I won't use it yet. He was detailing a bunch of shit that, like, he both heard and saw. And a lot of the stuff that he was talking about was actually, like, really fascinating to listen to. Like, a lot of it he couldn't, like, talk about because it was, you know, strictly, like, NDA type stuff. Whoa, boy. But, yeah, man, aliens are real. Well, I think... I'm not gonna say aliens, not like, you know, little green men or, you know, grays or whatever. But, I am convinced 100% that, there's absolutely, like, life out there.
Oh, there's no way that it's statistically impossible.
100%, yeah, 100% there is. It, like, 0% chance that we're the only fucking known life in this fucking universe.
Yeah, it's... I saw this, it was a documentary about, the big telescope that they put in space, a couple years ago, the
I forget what it's called, but yeah.
JWP, James Webb.
Oh, James Webb, yes.
JWT, I think. And, oh no!
Nah, it's Carlos Mencia, it's okay.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, Lewis, that's what I meant to say. Lewis, not Carlos Mencia. Ooh.
And they showed, like, this picture it took, and it was a single image that had, like, 100 galaxies in it.
I think I saw that one, yeah.
And one of the people that worked on the telescope team was like, the crazy thing about this image is that to the telescope, this field of view is the size of a grain of sand.
Oh my fucking god.
And it scared the living shit out of me.
I was just about to say, that is the most horrifying thing I've ever heard in my life.
I was like, when I was watching it, I was like, oh god, oh no. That is so scary.
That's super scary.
Because if you think about, like, how many grains of sand would it take to make a 360-degree sphere around the telescope?
I don't even want to know.
And then multiply that by how, you know, the average amount of galaxies per grain of sand. And it's like billions upon billions. Carl Sagan style.
God, that's really legitimately unsettling to think about.
Mm-hmm. And like all the galaxies in the image, all the light was like bending because there was like a huge like gravity pull from either like a black hole or, you know, the galaxy or something like that. And so a bunch of the galaxies were like stretched out because the gravity was so great that it was bending the light. And it was just like, oh, Jesus.
God, no thank you. Well, on that
And then
note,
like each one of those galaxies has like millions upon millions of stars, which a lot of them have planets around them. So like it's statistically impossible that there isn't another planet with some sort of smart guy on it.
no, yeah, absolutely. I 100% agree. Well, on that note, next time at DPS Ultra, good luck sleeping tonight, everybody, knowing that there's that many fucking other galaxies out there. Yep. All right, bye. God damn it.